In this video, we're taking a look at the Smolder pouch from Roaring Fire. This pouch comes in a beautiful wax canvas. It's rugged, versatile, and makes a great addition to your EDC arsenal. Let's dive in. All right, Roaring Fire sent me this pouch to check out and review, and after a few weeks of usage, I've landed on a home for it in my carry arsenal, and that is as a personal survival kit. So if I'm going out on a longer ruck, or maybe I'm hiking out in the woods a little bit farther away from civilization, I like to bring two things with me that I don't normally have with me. I bring an IFAK, and I bring this Roaring Fire pouch. So this is by no means an exhaustive survival kit, but it is some extra gear. I tend to think in terms of worst case scenario. If something should happen to me and I'm a few miles out in the woods, it might be a little while before someone gets to me, and I like to have some extra stuff on hand. So we'll go through my loadout, we'll take a look at materials, specs, and I'll give you my overall thoughts on this pouch coming up. Starting with materials and specs, the pouch itself is a beautiful waxed canvas material, and you've got some contrasting colors of the waxed canvas, which give it a really nice aesthetic look. This pouch looks great, it feels great. I really like the waxed canvas. It's got a very nice feel to it, feels durable, feels like it's gonna stand the test of time. It's got some waterproof, water resistant properties to it because of the waxed canvas. So overall, excellent material. Really like the feel of it. Feels broken in. It's just a nice pouch, and it feels great to hold this waxed canvas. So in addition to waxed canvas, we've got some nylon on there for the webbing, and then the dimensions of this pouch are roughly 8 inches by 6 inches by 2 inches deep. All right, so moving on to the exterior, we've got a little bit of branding on the exterior by way of what looks like a faux leather pouch with Roaring Fire stamped in it. So you can see the branding on there. Really maintains the heritage look to it too, with that leather look on the branding tag. You'll notice all the zippers are brass YKK zippers. Another really good choice, I think, to maintain the heritage look to this bag is the old-timey brass looking zippers. They're also very smooth and they seem very durable. I mean, great choice for the zippers. The pulls on the zippers are some beefy paracord with a little bit of heat shrink tubing, and that ensures these knots are not going to come apart. Not a lot of jangling around. I like that. Pretty silent in terms of how the zipper pulls sound when they're flopping around. So overall, fantastic look to the exterior of the pouch, and it feels great. The material's awesome. On the back, we've got some brass snaps on some Moly hardware. Again, the brass snaps maintaining that heritage look and feel. And that's really it. One last thing I will mention is we do have some nice handy pull tabs on the bottom, so when you're unzipping or zipping, you got something to pull against. And then also a nylon grab handle. This could be pretty handy if you want to hang this pouch from it. And the way it opens down, you could hang this and access the contents. Overall, nice looking pouch, and that's about it for the exterior. Moving on to the interior. So again, these zippers are nice and smooth. And if we open this one, we've got a nice drop pocket or stash pocket in the front. I don't currently have anything in there, but good place to put some quick access items if there's something you want to get to quickly without opening up the entire pouch. The main zip opens all the way around for basically a full clamshell open of this pouch. So really good layout on the inside. The organization is pretty well thought out, and there's really a place to put everything, and I like how this is laid out. We've got on this top side some elastic keepers in here. So I've got a flashlight. This is a Pelican flashlight in there. I've got a lighter, and then I've got a multi-tool, which is always handy to have a multi-tool on you. And then you can see that we've got some elastic options for organization here. So some small loops, sewn into some bigger loops. Behind that, we've got a nice big drop pocket, and then above that we've got a little loop of paracord with a carabiner in it. I haven't figured out what I would hang off this, but I guess if you want to hang it up that way, you could do that. Although you also, yeah, and that would maintain upright. So possibly if you wanted to hang that, you can hang it from this. I would suggest maybe putting your stuff down here and upside down then. But that's really it for this side. In that stash pocket, I had some hand warmers. You know, if your hands are freezing or you're stuck somewhere, nice thing to have on you. Provides some quick warmth and quick heat, especially if your fingers are numb and you're trying to build a fire or maybe tend to some wounds. On the other side, we've got basically a mirror image of this side. So it's more or less the same layout with one or two differences. But on that side, I've got some paracord and a backup fire starting kit if I need to. So a ferro rod and a striker. And then next to that, I've got an old credit card with some duct tape on there. So probably about 20 feet or so of duct tape. Good to have on hand just in case. And then behind that, I do have some field notes. You'll see from some of my other reviews, I tend to have field notes stashed all over the place. And then next to that, I've got this little tiny pen that is, I believe Zebra makes this. I got this on Amazon, but that is a little tiny pen that's not going to be super comfortable to write with, but pairs well with a small pouch, does not take up much space in case you got to scribble some notes. So that's it. The only thing different is we don't have obviously a loop and a carabiner hanger on this side, but otherwise same concept, pretty much mirror design. And then lastly on the inside we have this pouch, which is pretty cool in terms of, you know, if there's stuff you have that's smaller that you don't want loose and flopping around inside the pouch, great idea for extra organization. And this pouch has some dimension to it, so you can see it's kind of three-dimensional, and the mesh is not flexible, but since you've got that capacity built into it, you can put some stuff in there. So I have a little tin with some tinder in it just in case I need to start a fire, and then there's a carabiner on that zipper pull. So kind of cool, especially, you know, if you're going to use this as a tech case and you have some odds and ends you want to throw in there, going to keep it all secure and organized without flopping all over the place or potentially falling out when you open the pouch. So kind of a cool idea. I like that. And you know, ultimately then what I have this set up for is basically just a little bit of preparedness gear, and I can start a fire, get my hands warm, repair something if I needed to, and then some paracord that can be used for a variety of different things. But overall, good organization options for the inside. I like how it's laid out, and I like this pouch. The one thing I will say is that the nylon webbing attached in this pouch does not look like the sturdiest webbing. But I think as long as you're not whipping it around over your head or really yanking on this, I think you'll be just fine. Alright, so let's move on to what I like about this pouch. First and foremost, I really like the wax canvas, and I think the material feels very durable. Good choice of materials for a pouch like this. Just feels great in your hands. Overall, nice look to it as well with the color choices they made here. I also like the internal organization layout, so you've got a lot of options for stashing gear, accepting items of different sizes, the drop-in pockets, and then this pouch. Lastly, I like the price. This pouch is available from roaringfiregear.com for a very reasonable price. So let's talk what I don't like about this. And I mean, it's a pouch. There's really not much to dislike. I don't really like how flimsy the webbing is right here holding this pouch in, but again, not going to be a huge stress point. You're not going to be yanking on that. It's really just more for security, I think. So otherwise, really nothing else to maybe I might mention the zipper pulls, how that heat shrink tubing kind of sticks off the top a little bit, but that's purely aesthetic. That does not affect usage at all. And otherwise, really nice pouch, great feel to it. So let's talk use case scenarios. And you know, I've set this up, as I said, as a little personal survival kit, and I've found that as a home for me, and that's probably where it'll stay. But you know, obviously you could use this as a tech organizer. You could use it for other EDC gear, a pocket dump type pouch. A little bit big to put in a pocket, but you know, if you're gonna dump pockets at the end of the day, or have this set up as, you know, maybe this is your work everyday carry, you got your work stuff sitting here, grab and go when you head out the door in the morning. Lots of different ways you can use this pouch. So overall, really like the materials. Nice pouch overall, very affordable, and seems very durable, has a great look to it. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. That really helps and supports the channel, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.